I'm going to just quickly start out with a little bit of music here. Thank you. I took my shoes off to dance, but maybe I'll get at that later. Anyways, where to start? Well, I'm really excited to talk a bit about my own upbringing in music and family and all of that, but I'm even more excited for you people to hear about Danelle's amazing family and maybe even a little bit about how we met and all that sort of thing. But for those of you that may not be familiar with my upbringing, I'm from Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, Eastern Canada, which is a very, very musical island, and its origins come from Scotland with the music and all the traditions, the dancing, the language, which unfortunately is dying out in Cape Breton. The traditional language is Gaelic, but a lot of the music came from the Gaelic language, and the dancing and the singing and everything. And my bloodline is Scottish through and through, but my mother and father are two very, very musical people. My mom taught me to dance when I was 5, and my dad taught me to play fiddle when I was 9. My uncle is a very well-known Cape Breton fiddler. His name's Buddy MacMaster, and just a wonderful guy. And we have a great tradition at home called square dancing. And we had parties, great parties at our house and the neighbors' houses. And you talk about kitchen ceilidhs. Well, a ceilidh, first of all, is Gaelic for party, but kitchen party in Cape Breton is very common. And basically, somebody drops into the house, and you know, no matter what house you go to in Cape Breton, there's a fiddle there, guaranteed. And I'd say, well, there's first of all more fiddlers per capita in Cape Breton than anywhere in the world. So 10 chances to 1, the fellow who walked in the door could play it. So you'd have someone come into the house, you'd invite them to play a tune, and lo and behold, a little party would start up, and somebody would dance, and somebody would sing, and all that sort of thing. So it was a wonderful, wonderful way to grow up. And that is where my beginnings in music come from. My surroundings, my family, just my bloodline in itself. And oh, I've done lots of things with my music. I've recorded lots of CDs. I was nominated for a Grammy, and I've won some awards and stuff like that, so that's awesome. But the best part was meeting my husband. And I've actually known Danelle for probably 12 years now. And I'm going to get into a little bit of, I guess, how music brought us together. But I'm going to introduce you right now to my new husband as of October 5th, Danelle Leahy.
Thank you. I'm kind of new to the TED experience, and I'm glad to be here, but I'm just trying to put it all together, trying to figure all you people out, and I've been here for a short while, and I'm starting to understand a little bit better. So I asked Natalie, what do I do? And she said, just talk about yourself, and that's kind of boring, but I'll tell you just a little bit about my family. I'm one of 11 brothers and sisters from Lakefield, Ontario, an hour and a half northeast of Toronto, and we grew up on a farm. Mom and Dad raised beef cattle, and I'm the oldest boy. There are 4 girls older than me. We grew up without a television. People find that strange, but I think it was a great blessing for us. We had a television for a few years, but of course we wasted so much time and the work wasn't getting done. So out went the television. We grew up playing. Mom's from Cape Breton. Coincidentally, Mom and Natalie's mother knew each other. We grew up playing and used to dance together, right? Yeah. We grew up playing a bunch of. We play by ear, and I think that's important for us because we were not really exposed to a lot of different styles of music. We learned to play the instruments, but we kind of had to come from within or go from within. Because we didn't watch television, we didn't listen to a lot of radio. We went to church and to school sometimes and farmed and played music. So we were able, I think, at a very critical age to develop our own style, our own self. And my mother plays, my father plays, and the style that came from the Ottawa Valley in Ontario is, we call it French-Canadian style, but it originated in logging camps. Years ago, hundreds of men would go for the winter to the camps in northern Ontario and in Quebec, and they were all different cultures, and the Irish, the French, Scottish, German. They'd all meet, and of course at night they'd play cards and step dance and play fiddles. And over the course of many years, the Ottawa Valley fiddling kind of evolved, and the Ottawa Valley step dancing evolved. So I kind of started out with that style, and then I quickly started doing my own thing. And then I met Natalie, and I was exposed to the great Cape Breton fiddling, how we met. Please tell how we met.
Well, I guess I have to now. Well, it's just so interesting that Danelle's upbringing was very similar to mine. And I actually saw Danelle play when I was about 12 years old. And he and his family came to Inverness, which is about 45 minutes from where I lived. And I was just blown away. Like, it was just amazing. And you'll find out why pretty soon here. But I couldn't believe the fiddling. And Mom was there with me, and she was saying, Danelle's mother came up on stage and danced with her children, and Mom was saying, "That's Julie McDonnell. I used to dance with her when we were kids. Little did I think our children would be playing playing music." Yeah, 12 years or 20 years later, little did she think their kids would be getting married. But anyway, so then I got a phone call about. I don't know, 7 years later. I was 19, first or second year of college, and it was Danelle. And he said, "Hi, you probably don't know me, but my name is Danelle Leahy." And I said, "I know you. I have a tape of yours at home." And he said, "Well, I'm in Truro," which is where I was, and he asked me out for supper. That's it. Then, will I keep going? Then we dated for 2 years, broke up for 10, got back together, and got married.
So anyway, we're running out of time here, so I'll just get to it. I'm going to play a piece of music for you. It's actually a Scottish piece I've chosen. It starts out with a slow air. Airs were played in Europe at burials. As a body was carried from the wake site to the burial site, the procession was led by a piper or a fiddle player. I'll play a short part of the air, and then I'm going to get into a kind of a crazy tune that is very difficult to play when you're not warmed up. So if I mess it up, pretend you like it anyway. It's called The Banks.
going to play one together now. We're laughing because our styles are totally different, as you can hear. And so Janelle and I are actually in the process of writing new pieces of music together that we can play, but we don't have any of those ready. We just started yesterday. So we're going to play something together anyway.
With 1 minute, Nat.
With 1 minute.
You start.
So,
No.
no, you have to start. You got to do your thing. I'm not tuned. Hang on. Are you tuned or am I?
You tune. That one with the piano.
I feel like I'm in the bird pose right now.
Great news. They're running late downstairs. We've got another 10 minutes.
Okay. Sure. All right. Okay. Let's get her going. Well, sure.
How fast?
Not too fast.
We're going to play a tune, and Natalie's going to accompany me on the piano. The Cape Breton piano playing is just awesome. It's very rhythmic, and it's you'll see it. My mom plays piano, and she learned to play before they had a piano at home in Cape Breton. Before Mom's family had a piano in Cape Breton, she learned to play the rhythms on a piece of board, and the fiddlers would all congregate to play on the cold winter's evenings, and Mom would be banging on this board. So when they bought a piano, they bought it in Toronto and had it taken by train and brought in on a horse and sleigh to the house. It became the only piano in the region, and Mom said she could basically play as soon as the piano arrived. She could play it because she had learned all these rhythms. Anyway, we found the piano last year and were able to bring it back home. We purchased it. It had gone through like 5 or 6 families, and it was just a big thing for us. And we found actually an old picture of somebody in their family years ago. Anyway, I'm blabbering on here.
I want you to tell them about Leahy.
What about Leahy? What about Leahy?
Just tell them about what you're doing.
Where'd you
come from?
She wants me to talk about. We have a band named Leahy. There's 11 siblings. We what will I tell them? We opened. We were on no surgeries. Oh yeah. We had a great opportunity. We opened for Shania Twain for 2 years on her international tour. It was a big thing for us, and now all my sisters are off having babies, and the boys are all getting married. So we're staying close to home for I guess another couple of weeks. What can I say? I don't know what to say, Natalie. I don't know what to say.
Is this what marriage is about? I like it.
Oh yeah, okay. In our family, we had 7 girls, 4 boys. We had 2 fiddles and 1 piano, and of course, we were all fighting to play on the instruments. So Dad and Mom set a rule that you couldn't kick anyone off the instrument. You had to wait till they were finished. So of course, what we'd do is we'd get on the piano and you wouldn't even get off to eat because you wouldn't want to give it up to your brother or sister, and they'd wait and wait and wait. And it'd be midnight and you'd be still sitting there on the piano, but it was their way to get us to practice. Will we play a tune? It worked. Okay, sorry, I hate to carry on like this.
And this is it.
So this is our last number, and we'll feature Nat and piano. Okay, play in, how about A? Just do that now.